Imagine you find a small lump or a cough that does not go away. Your first thought might be, it's just tired, or at best it's just a cold. But what if that was the beginning signal of something much more serious? Cancer, a word that we have always feared, the number continues to soar. But there's one important thing we often forget: cancer does not always come suddenly. Our bodies often give warnings, early signals, which unfortunately we often ignore. We will discuss 8 body signals that you should pay attention to. Not to scare you, but to empower you. Because early detection is not only hope, but the main key to fighting this disease. These signals are very common, which is why they are easy to ignore. So, watch it to the end. You may be holding the key to save yourself or your loved ones. Let's start with the signal that is most often complained about, but also most often overlooked. Sign 1. Severe fatigue that does not go away. It's not just tiredness after a day's work. This is the kind of fatigue that feels like you've just run a marathon. Even though you've been sitting down, you've had enough sleep, but the weakness doesn't go away. Why? Because cancer cells can use up our body's nutrients, leaving the body energy depleted. If this weakness persists for more than 2 weeks, get checked immediately. Signal 2. Weight loss drastically for no apparent reason. This is often good news for those who are on a diet, but be careful. If you suddenly lose more than 4 to 5 kilograms in a month without any changes in diet or exercise, this is a big red flag. Cancers, especially those that attack the gastrointestinal tract such as stomach or pancreatic cancer, often cause weight loss because they interfere with food absorption or trigger the release of substances that make the body burn fat and muscle. Signal 3. The appearance of a new lump or swelling. This is probably the most recognizable sign of cancer: a lump in the breast, armpits, neck, testicles, or groin. Its characteristics. Cancerous lumps are often hard, painless in the early stages, and immobile to the touch. An infection lump is usually painful and will go away. Suspicious lumps do not go away in 2 to 3 weeks. Always do a self-examination. Signal 4. Changes in skin, moles, or wounds that don't heal. Skin cancer often begins with a strange mole. Remember the ABCDE formula: I for symmetry, uneven shape. B for border, irregular edges. C for color, more than one color. D for diameter, larger than a pencil eraser. And E for evolving, the size changes quickly. In addition, cancer sores or scabs on the skin that do not heal after more than a month also need to be checked. Signal 5. Change in bowel movements or urinate. If you suddenly have frequent diarrhea or constipation for no apparent reason, and this goes on continuously for more than a month, be vigilant. The most important signal? The presence of blood. Blood in the stool like a colorectal cancer, or blood in the urine like a bladder, kidney cancer, is not normal, even if it is just a small amount. Don't underestimate it, just as an ordinary hemorrhoids. Signal 6. Chronic cough, hoarseness, or difficulty swallowing. Coughing from the flu usually goes away in 1 to 2 weeks. But if you cough incessantly for more than 3 weeks, especially if it's accompanied by blood, this could be a sign of lung or throat cancer. A voice that is suddenly hoarse, severe, and does not improve must also be watched out. It can be related to laryngeal cancer. Likewise, pain or difficulty swallowing that gets worse. Signal 7. Bleeding or abnormal fluid. For women, vaginal bleeding outside of menstruation or after menopause should be checked immediately. This can be a symptom of cervical or uterine cancer. In addition, the discharge of fluid, especially blood from the nipple, is also a danger signal. For men, the presence of blood when coughing or vomiting is also abnormal. Signal 8. Recurrent fever and pain that does not go away. Fever without an obvious cause, especially one that often appears at night accompanied by sweating, can be an early symptom of blood cancer, leukemia, or lymphoma. Finally, excessive pain in one area of the body, for example, back, head, or abdomen, that does not go away even after taking medication and lasts for a long time. Cancer cells can press on nerves and cause pain, so don't just hold them back. So here are 8 signals that you should always keep in mind. Remember, these symptoms do not always mean cancer. 9 out of 10 lumps in the breast, for example, are benign lumps. Fatigue can be caused by anemia. But the bottom line is, you are the one who knows the most about your own body. If something feels not right, if there is a settling, deteriorating, or distracting signal, never ignore it. The best chance of recovering from cancer is to find it as early as possible. The survival rate of breast cancer found in the early stages can reach more than 90%. Compared to those that have spread, the number has dropped dramatically. Early detection is a lifesaver, not a disease finder. Please never diagnose yourself just from the internet. If you find any of these 8 signals last more than a few weeks, the best and quickest step is make an appointment with your doctor. Let the experts make sure. Always maintain your healthy lifestyle, eat nutritiously, be active, and manage stress. Prevention and early detection are the best gifts for yourself. Share this video because your care can save someone else's life.